Get their revenge a little bit here, taking the boxing gloves. They said no boxing gloves needed. We're taking it to that Philadelphia Eagles logo on the pad itself. The Cowboys take down the Eagles and come from behind fashion 24-21. More Cowboys OT after this.
Dallas game day is back. And if you thought the Cowboys' 24-21 win over the Eagles couldn't feel any bigger, think again. Because after rewatching this game, breaking down the film, and listening to everything coming out of the locker room, one thing is clearer than ever. This wasn't just a victory. This was a message, a statement, a shift in identity for a team that has been fighting for relevance all season long. Dak Prescott played with a level of poise and control we haven't seen in years. Breaking Tony Romo's all-time passing record was already monumental, but doing it in a must-win divisional showdown? That's the kind of moment the greats are built on. And make no mistake, Dak didn't just manage the game, he elevated it. Every throw carried purpose, every decision carried weight, and when the Cowboys needed him to deliver the drive of the season late in the fourth quarter, he did it with absolute command. George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb were the perfect complement, pushing Philadelphia's secondary into survival mode. Pickens made the record-breaking catch, Lamb delivered the game winner, and together, they look like a duo capable of carrying this offense through the toughest stretch of the schedule. But the unsung heroes were on defense. Quinnen Williams, Logan Wilson, this rebuilt front took over the trenches late. They forced Jalen Hurts into quick reads, disrupted the timing of the Eagles' offense, and on that final possession, they slammed the door shut. No panic, no hesitation, just a defense that finally looks complete. This win keeps Dallas in the playoff hunt, but more importantly, it restores belief. Belief that this team can compete with anyone. Belief that the star on the helmet still means something. Belief that this season isn't finished, not even close. Now, it's your turn. Is this the turning point? Did the Cowboys finally prove they can finish the big games? Let me know in the comments. Hit that like button and subscribe for more Dallas game day coverage. The season is far from over, and this team is just getting started.